Hello, I'm Michael Glass from the FXcast Market Analysis team. This is our FXcast Market Analysis trading plan. In each of our videos, we try to identify high probability trading setups. We'll evaluate the gold chart to see if there's any leading sentiment. We will create a low volatility watch list, an inside bar watch list, and we'll review the economic calendar to see if there are any releases that could affect our open and new trades. As always, please send your comments and feedback to analysis@fxcast.com. As usual, we are starting off with the gold daily chart, and we can see that we found a little support at the 20 moving average. The buyers came in and pulled it right back up, and we're continuing to move higher, possibly making another run to that 1900 price level. We can see that the volume has been in both on the pullback and on our move up higher, so there's definitely some volume. But what we told you the past couple of days was we needed to get above 1790 to make that run. And you can see once we finally got above 1790 here on Friday, we made our big candle run higher. Why? Because when we look at the past days, there was a vacuum of buying and selling. This was big push down, so that means that was light volume down, and we're seeing the light volume move back up. Our next resistance as far as volume is around this 1847, our point of control from several days ago, which is where most of the volume accumulates. So in order to make it to 1900, we need to get through this 1847, 1850 price level. Certainly, we are overbought on the 1 hour time frame. So with strong gold, what does that do to our pairs? Well, we can see that they are doing fine. When we come over here to our daily time frame for the pound dollar, you can see that the uptrend line that we drew a couple days ago is holding up fine. We came down, tested it, and now we're making move higher, certainly possibly to retest our former horizontal resistance or even our resistance as far as the uptrend channel. We can see though we did have a little light volume here on our push up. We had volume probably trying to defend this channel, and then we had a little bit light volume as we moved higher. When we come over to 1 hour time frame, we can see we just moved into the neutral zone. We're out of the buy zone. However, we are still below our long-term moving average, and we can see at the end of the day, the pound did take control. As the dollar leveled off, the pound made a little spike higher, and that's what allowed us to make this move higher into the close on Friday. So as long as the pound stays in control, this should move higher. Again, probably to test what's going on with our former resistance line before we make a move higher. But remember, it took us a while to break this 1.645 price level, and we finally got the volume to break through it. Will we once again see that volume to get us through this again? For our euro dollar pair, certainly consolidating mess. What's good is that we did get a little volume, so this should push us up to our former resistance line of about 1.45, and that's great as far as whether or not we can actually break through it. We can see on the 1 hour time frame that we finally broke to the upside of our little channel that we've been watching, and we confirmed up there. So now we're above our long-term moving average. We are in a sell zone, which will match up with what's going on in the daily, where we have that resistance at 1.45. So we are in a sell zone. We're above our long-term moving average, yet the euro remained in control. Even as they came back together, we got that divergence, which allowed that price action to move higher. Again, the dollar leveled off, the euro spiked up, euro's in control. As long as that happens, price action will move higher, and then we'll see what happens as we come into this horizontal resistance at 1.45. Finally, with the dollar franc, we can see that we finally did make that run to the 50 moving average. That's what we've been talking about for the past 2 weeks. When will we get there? Well, we got there, and notice that when we got there, we broke through, and then that sellers brought us right back down. Volume was average though, so there wasn't like, and that's what's interesting about this. Whether or not we will continue to move higher, we don't really have that surge of volume that's saying push us through the 50 moving average, so we'll have to see. Clearly, on a 1 hour time frame, we're in a sell zone. We're actually outside of the bands. So we made that big spike, and then we just kind of hovered for the rest of the day. So we're in the sell zone. The dollar is in control, but really what happened here is that the franc really spiked lower, and that as the dollar leveled off, that allowed us to get this move up. But since the dollar is not moving higher, we that's why we have sideways action, consolidation action, instead of continuing to move higher. So as long as the dollar remains in control, we will see this break into our next price channel and break above the 50-moving average, but that's going to take volume to overtake the selling power. As we come to our watch list, first for our low volatility watch list on our 1 hour time frame with Bollinger Bands, we do not have anything setting up going into Monday, but this may develop as the day continues. For our inside bar watch list, where we're watching the day's range within the previous day's range, we also do not have any current setups for right now. Let's go to the economic calendar. As we look at the economic calendar, we can see a couple of things. First of all, we've got inflation data for Germany, but you'll also notice that today is the beginning, this week is the beginning of all of our employment situation. You can see we've got unemployment rate down here in Japan. We also have household spending. But this week, and next week, over the next 2 weeks, you'll start to seeing the employment situation and the unemployment rates for various countries. The States is this week. So we were very light on economic data last week. These jobs reports and will certainly have the potential to move the market this week. We would like to thank you for watching our FXcast market analysis. As we continue to improve and make adjustments so that you're getting value from our videos, we want you to take the time to give us feedback, give us comments, send us questions about what you would like to see in our videos, and you can send those comments and feedbacks to analysis@fxcast.com, or you can post to our daily forum. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you next time.